ready? You're not. Hold on. That's a cup of Asian tea. There's the movie we're talking about right now. It's Cop Shop, and I was drinking this right now. So Cop Shop was a movie that came out last year, 2021. It was a movie I kind of skipped over until after it came out. A Blu-ray boy was saying, "Hey, you gotta check this out. You gotta check it out." There's people online talking about it and stuff. So you know what? Finally gotta check it out. Bought it. Didn't watch it. Just kind of sat on a shelf. Finally decided to watch it as the action portion of this Pick Your Poison challenge. Got a bit of an announcement at the end of this video I'll tell you about very quick. Concerning it, I'm going to try to split it up into pieces, but here. So Cop Shop tells the story of a man named Teddy who gets himself purposely arrested by assaulting a police officer. It's our third main character in this, played by Alexis Louder. He gets himself purposely arrested, sent to jail in this little small town, put on a police station. Then Gerard Butler shows up as Vinnick, or John Doe as they call him at first. Who also gets himself purposely arrested, and it turns out he did it on purpose. He pretends to be a drunk. He does it on purpose to get close to Teddy, who's played by Frank Grillo. And I like this movie. You know, the whole thing is they're in the police station and, you know, they're trying to survive, but what else can happen? There's a crooked cop, but he's not doing much but sitting around. So, most of it, there's a lot of dialogue-heavy scenes where we're just sitting around. The dialogue is actually pretty good. It's not like Quentin Tarantino level dialogue, but it's still good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? This movie was directed by Joe Carnahan. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. Unless it was, I think Smoking Aces was brought up. I've never seen that movie. This movie was good. And it's really just them talking around. But then the movie really picks up at about an hour in or so. The movie's an hour and 40 minutes long. An hour in or so. Toby Huss, a.k.a. Mr. Peanut Butter on My Penis from Halloween 2018, shows up as this character. And this is when I really started to kind of realize what kind of movie this was. Because up to this point, it had been somewhat serious. I'm like, where are we going to go with this? This guy shows up. There's this guy. One of the cops is looking up stuff on the computer, right? And he pulls up a picture of Toby Huss, the character Anthony Lamb, and so then Toby Huss walks in, covered in balloons. I'm like, that's gonna be him, and it is. And the cop looks at him, and instead of thinking seriously, like, oh my God, it's this guy, he's like, oh my God, this guy looks just like you. You should look at this, and then he shoots him. I'm like, kind of fucking stupid. There's a fucking stupid idiot fucking cops in this place. I'm telling you, they're all stupid. From this point on, like, the Sarge gets his head shot off by the corrupt cops, and now the corrupt cop and this guy are trying to get to him. She locks herself in with the inmates. And, like, from this point on, it becomes, like, a hardcore action film from this point, like, because Teddy has to convince her, hey, you have to let me out so I can take care of these guys. These guys are responsible. Lamb is responsible for the death of his family because he was in there. Apparently, he was a fixer, and he was going after this mob boss named Fennick, I think it was. Vinnick was sent to take out Teddy, and it turns out that Lamb was sent to take them both out. I don't know. But Teddy does get out. He says he'll come back, but of course he's not gonna come back. You're first led to believe that, like, Teddy could be the good guy, but really the only good person in this movie is the cop. Is what's her name? Valerie. She's the only good guy really in Sarge, but he got his head blown off. So you have this this scene where Teddy goes after him, and Teddy's had his head the man bun for the whole time, but now he's taking it out, so he looks like Antonio Banderas in Desperado. Coming up with long hair. And I don't know if it's his real hair, if it was a wig or something, but like he comes out like, what is he, Antonio Banderas in Desperado or Once Upon a Time in Mexico? I mean, I don't know. It looks really weird. So he starts shooting at him, and he tricks Lamb into shooting the corrupt cop, and he goes after shooting him. Then Vidic shows up, having been released by the cop, the good cop, by Val, and he shoots them, he kills Lamb, right? And so he goes out, and he was supposed to come back with because she's been shot. She shot herself, and that was when I really started, like, I don't think I'm supposed to take this movie seriously as much as I thought it was, because, like, she said, the bullets that Lamb was shooting were different, and the one that was in her stomach was a different bullet. He's like, it was Ricochet. She shot herself. No, it's not Ricochet from WWE, but, like, yeah, she shot herself. And then he's going to burn the place, but it turns out she was able to find her way to the main bullpen and caught him while he's eating a sandwich. He's like, oh, I was going to take this here kit and I was going to bring it to you. You were going to do that and set the place on fire. But then Vidic shows up, they have a shootout. He kills Teddy and then saves her, but then leaves. And the ending of the movie is like them both singing the same song that's on the radio at the same time. They could pick up with a sequel to this. They could do a sequel to this. I mean, is Frank Grillo even actually dead? Like, he could have survived. We could pick up right after this and reveal that he survived his gunshot wounds. Who knows? The only complaints I have is that, like, the corrupt cop, there's no complete circle to that. Like, he's supposed to get these drugs. He tells him, hey, I got this, this, and this. It doesn't go anywhere. There was another corrupt cop, maybe she was supposed to get it, but I don't know, it didn't really go anywhere for me. But I like the performances. Gerard Butler gets a lot of shit for some of the movies he comes out with. Like, he has the Has Fallen movies, and he has, like, which are big hits. But then he has movies like Geostorm that just kind of, and Hunter Killer, they just dud out. I've always been a fan of Jerry Butler. The Bounty Hunter. I liked it with him and Jennifer Aniston. I think were a thing at the time. I don't know. Good movie. I think it's a good movie. And Timeline. One of the best time travel movies out there with him and Paul Walker. Fantastic ending to that movie, by the way. So I'm a big fan. And Frank Grillo is slowly becoming one of my favorite action actors. He's over 50 years old. He's still kicking ass. So, yeah, I enjoyed this movie a lot. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to say when it comes to Cop Shop, it's pretty good. I recommend it. You should watch this. Probably up there, I would say, with some of the best from last year. I still got a few, like, Bruce Willis ones I got to go through. But, yeah, this is pretty good. So before I pick the next one, actually. So let me go ahead and pick the next one, because I need to write it down so I can remember. Alright, so before I reveal what this is, I'm going to announce that I decided I'm going to take a break. I'm going to stop here at 10, and I'm going to take a break. Come back maybe a week. I'm going to do some other content for the channel. Come back in a week, do 10 more, and take another break for a week, do another 10. You know what I mean? Kind of split it up into 10s so I don't overexhaust myself and get repetitive. I need a break from doing these sometimes. So, at mine, once again, we got Sci-Fi. I picked that before and I mulliganed it, I think. But, I think I'll take it this time. Sci-Fi. So let me write that down here. All right. So, what are your thoughts on Cop Shop? In the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.